Okay, so it's October 5th, Saturday, 2019, about 8:50 a.m. on the Timberline Trail, 45 miles around Mount Hood, and there's a lot of snow up here. I knew there'd be snow, but I didn't think there would be this much snow at the elevation that the trail's at. So it's gonna be interesting. Okay. A little bit of snow here. So we should be descending down to about 3,500 feet in the next 6 miles or so. So the snow should slowly thin out, but looks like there's only one or two set of tracks going through here, so I'm hoping when we get further out there, there's still tracks. Okay, so I think I'm probably getting close to about 2 miles. Started out kind of just above the tree line. I'm now definitely in the tree line. Still in the snow though, but it's definitely starting to thin out a little bit, which is good. Starting to get some dirt patches. It's pretty cool. So I think I may have just officially hit dirt pack here. So I've been descending for the last 20 minutes or so. Definitely hit dirt. And now what I can hear is a creek. So we got our first creek crossing coming up. I'm curious to see how heavy it's going to be with all the snow they got last weekend. Okay, we're at our first creek crossing here. Looks pretty doable. We're ascending back up the other side of the canyon, so we're getting back into the snow. Well, it's not getting any easier. It's going to pretty much be like this the whole way as we go up and down. Well, I'm only following a single set of tracks in the snow right now, which means it might be a little bit slow going. All right, back on solid ground. No more snow for now. Just a matter of time until we go up and hit it again. I passed two guys that were actually breaking the trail in the snow. As soon as I passed them, I got lost. I didn't know where the trail was because they were still in the snow. Finally found the trail, and then they had passed me back because they actually know the trail. This one guy's done it a bunch of times. The trail's gotten super lush in the last 20 minutes. Big change from all the snow I've been going through. It's amazing how much more progress you make on these dirt trails. One thing I've noticed about getting lower here is the trees are getting bigger. So I've made it to the Sandy River. I think I'm a little over 9 miles right here, about 3.5 hours. So I made it to the Sandy River. Looks very doable. I think this is the lowest spot in the entire loop right here, about 3,500 feet. Snow. Eventually go back up there. All right, just had lunch at the Sandy River. And we'll see if I can find the trail on the other side. Continue on. I made it to Ramona Falls, about 10.5 miles, maybe 11. The two guys that I passed, they passed me back on the Sandy River. When I was eating lunch, I kind of lingered so I could let them go first. And hopefully when we get back into some higher altitude, I can follow their tracks again. Wow, the trail looks like it was nearly washed out here from the slide. Get through here quick. Lordy. Found myself a creek crossing. Trying to see a little bit of Mount Hood here. It's freaking amazing. Let's see if I don't even like a little focus on that. Another creek crossing. I'm at the Muddy Fork. Actually, that's what it's called. Go along this ridge again. I believe all the way down. I believe that's Bald Mountain. And turn around, come back to the top of the ridge, all the way back up. So I'm heading up to Bald Mountain right there. I think you can even see the trail coming along the ridge, and I see a white speck. I don't know if that's a person up there, but I think it's two people. I see an orange, a yellow. Cool. So I think the trail is that the trail? It goes along that ridge. Alright, so there's actually a cut-off trail to make the bend up the top of the ridge. Alright, so as I was saying, there's a cut-off trail, so you don't have to go all the way to that Bald Mountain overlook that I showed you those two hikers on. So I just made a corner, now I'm going to hike along the top of this ridge, and this ridge will lead me back up to snow level. So this trail is it's kind of spooky right now. It's kind of a spooky looking trail. Everything kind of looks the same. A lot of roots, a lot of moss. Also, notice the snow starting to accumulate. Little by little. This trail is starting to get pretty muddy, which tells me there's probably snow here earlier in the week, and it's since melted. More and more snow patches. Looks like we got a little viewpoint up here. Been in these trees for quite a while. Nice. An hour or two, I was way down at the bottom of that canyon, crossing the river, Muddy Fork, getting water. Well, I think we found the snow again. I've been passing quite a few day hikers on this trail. So it's got the trail pretty well marked for now. Well, we're definitely up in the snow here. Good news is the trail so far seems to be pretty well worn. Just hope it stays that way. Timberline Trail, it says. To the right. Alright, and the slog continues. Clouds did break a little bit up ahead, so I can kind of get a little bit of a glimpse of hood up there. I think that's probably the north face from where we are now. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. So basically the tracks just stopped about 20 feet behind me, which means I would be breaking trail from this point on. So here's our next obstacle, crossing this little creek, all the snow covering everything. So update, there's definitely no trail. It's kind of sketchy being out here, not knowing where the trail is. I did hear a couple guys behind me. I think it's those two backpackers, so I'm going to wait up for them and see if I can follow them. Alright, update. I heard voices coming, so I went back to see if they were there, and I didn't see anybody. So like, what the heck? I sworn I heard voices, and then I walked back to my pack, waited, heard them again, walked back over there. I saw the two backpackers coming down the ridge, approaching the creek I just crossed. So I'm gonna wait, see where they're going, and see if I can just kind of linger behind them and follow their tracks. More to come. Okay, update. Those backpackers just passed me. I'm just gonna follow them. I think it sounds like they kind of know where they're going. They're just using a GPS phone like me. But the one guy's I think's on this trail a lot, and so he's has I think a better idea to where to go. So I think I'm just gonna follow those guys. There they are, just left. They said that they had about 20.5 miles on their GPS, which I think is a little bit further than what I have, so definitely about halfway. I definitely lucked out that those guys were on this, because I don't think I would be able to keep going breaking this trail. You can't even see where you're going. I mean, it's literally like just going through this stuff. You would just have no idea. You're just hiking blind, so. Alright, so a little update here, big update. So the guys I was following decided that they were going to turn around. Both of them were wearing basically trail running shoes. And the snow was kind of getting to them. They already had soaking wet feet, but they were thinking about tomorrow. And we climb another 1,000 feet up to over 7,500 feet tomorrow elevation. And it's just a bad situation. Too much snow, a lot of miles. So we're going back to a little flat spot that we passed about a mile ago. So yeah, kind of a bummer. got about, I think, just under 21 miles. To this point, I have to turn around and do the 21 miles back that I just did. Super bummed out, but I think it's the right call. If I hadn't run into those guys, I would have turned around. I mean, it's tough to go through this stuff. I mean, look at this. Okay, here's my tent. Got it all set up. Sleeping bag. Got my beer and crack that open. Time to make some dinner. So, had to backtrack about a mile to get to this flat spot. Those two hikers I was with are making a camp over in this little shelter area over there. Yeah, kind of a bummer to turn around. Probably the right call though. I mean, my concern was tomorrow we had just as many miles and all the elevation was going to be as high and or higher as today. So the whole day was going to be in snow and breaking trail. Neither one of those guys had waterproof shoes. And I was concerned that we wouldn't even finish, and I haven't had service all day, so I was concerned that we would only get maybe part way and have to camp again or something. So at least going back this way, we know we can make it back to where we started or where I started and finish it up. So yeah, bummer. Time for lasagna. All right, I've got some water boiling. Making my lasagna. And you got my fork and my headlamp. All right, good morning. It's about a pretty good night's sleep. Weird dreams. Working on some coffee. It's about 10 to 7. Got my drip going. I did make a mistake of leaving my boots outside the tent, and they're frozen solid, along with the sock is frozen. So, note to self, bring boots inside tent next time. Have some coffee, make some oatmeal, and pack up. All right, back on the trail. It's 8 o'clock. Yeah, you can see Mount Hood through the trees here. Eight o'clock, I'd say it's probably somewhere in the 20s, 20 degrees, 20 to 30 degrees. So pretty good. Made breakfast. I was hoping to get out by 7:30, but I'll take 8. I'm on the north side of the mountain right now, so we're not getting any sun. Let's see. This way. The snow's pretty frozen right now, so I kind of gingerly walk on the top crust and not sink in. Here's a little better view of Mount Hood. So you kind of get an idea what we were dealing with yesterday. Just breaking trail. Oh, you can see Mount St. Helens. Oh, I didn't notice that before. Alright. So just following the tracks back out of here. So just to recap, got about 21 miles in yesterday. Kind of linked up with a couple backpackers. It was about 5:45 when kind of all agreed that it might be best to turn around. Basically, about halfway on the Timberline trail, halfway around, about 21 miles. And tomorrow would be the same amount of miles, but with higher elevation, so it means snow the whole way, whereas today was about 50% snow, 50% dirt. And it was about 10 hours of hiking. So I feel like there's a very real chance, especially having no real idea of what to expect, how long that could take. It could very easily take more than a day. And I don't have a cell signal out here to let Carla know I'll be back, so, or I don't have food rations to stay another day either. Hold on, I see, I think that's Mount Adams and Mount Rainier. I just seen for the first time. Check this out. Mount Adams, Mount Rainier. It's focusing on it. Awesome. That's the trail on the other side of the ridge over there. I made it across the river. This is the point yesterday where the tracks stopped and I had to start making my own tracks. Let's see, you can see the sun's shining. I'm not getting any of it over here though, on the north side. Probably maybe another hour to get closer to the westerly side, get some sun. Yesterday was pretty overcast for most of the day. Let's see if I can really zoom in on it. I don't know. It doesn't really look like it's showing up much. That's Adams. Rainier. And St. Helens. Which actually I think lost around 2,000 feet of elevation when the top blew off. I think 1981. Wow. So clear today. It's awesome. Alright, this is the direction I'm going. Looking back, it's the Muddy Fork down there. I'm gonna probably be down there in about an hour. Cross that ridge over there. And then you got Mount Hood over here. Super pretty on this ridge, especially now that I'm getting some sun. This is Bald Mountain Ridge right here. There I am, right there. The sun just cracked over Hood. There's just some awesome morning light coming down here into this valley. I think it's the Muddy Fork. I feel like you're in Alaska or the Canadian wilderness here. Freaking amazing. These mountains. There's the Muddy Fork. Alright, we're back at the Sandy River. This is where I had lunch yesterday. Right there. Look up this canyon. There's a high alpine snow ridge up there. It was all covered in clouds yesterday. You can see it. This is the west side of Mount Hood. From here to Timberline Lodge is 9 miles. This is the low point of the entire 40-mile trail, 3,500 feet. And Timberline Lodge is about 58, just over 5,800 feet. So we're going to gain quite a bit of elevation in the next 9 miles. It's 9 miles though, so it's going to be over time. But I think actually we got to go up and down through a few more canyons, so it's not going to be just one solid uphill. Crazy erosion here. Just entire swaths of mountainside are just sheared off. It's crazy. Look at that. It's over there. Alright, well, back up to the snow here. I'm gonna take a little break right here, maybe have a little quick lunch. I mean, it's pretty awesome. See St. Helens in the distance. So I think yesterday, this is where I veered off the wrong way. Went down here, ended up going down this kind of gully and just weed whacking for a while and get all turned around. And we're back in it. And actually, I'd say half the snow's melted since yesterday already. Alright, we're at the last river crossing here. I took the wrong turn back there. Went about 3/4 of a mile out of my way. Turn around, come back. So, I definitely don't remember seeing that waterfall first time. It might have been too cloudy. It's pretty cool. Alright. So we're going up the last little, what I'd call a significant gradient. From here, we're gonna ascend back into the snow line. All right, this is the permit station. That's where it all started yesterday. Let's see, we're here. And we're back. Didn't think I'd see that again. 40+ miles, going back the same way. I should be back at Timberline within 10 minutes, I think. All right, that's a wrap. Here's Timberline Lodge.